Hey guys, Piff here with some more DLC 4 theories. If you guys didn't see my last video, I got a lot of positive feedback. I got a lot of hate, but it got a lot of people talking, so that's a good thing. If you didn't see that video, you guys should check it out. There's a link in the annotation at the top. Now, you guys can probably tell by the thumbnail, I'm going to dive into it right now, is that I think DLC 4 is going to be called, the map pack name is going to be called Retaliation. And I know you guys are going right now, you're like, Retaliation, that sounds familiar. And if you guys don't remember, that was originally supposed to be the name of the last map pack on Black Ops, and they ended up changing it at the last second. Now, you guys could type in Retaliation. You're going to see a lot of sources. There's actually pictures that leaked, GameSpot. There was a bunch of different credible sources that, said that this is going to be the name. And then it got taken down, and then it got changed at the last second. And I think I know why. So, what happened to this map pack? It's still there. It's not like it just disappeared. And, you could think that maybe they just changed the name of the map pack, but I don't think that's the case, and let me tell you guys why. Okay, so, now that we know the story about Moon and what happened on Moon, I guess in theory you could call the map pack Resurrection, I guess, because you could say that it is, well, not Resurrection, but you could call it Retaliation, because you could say that they're getting back at the world. If you believe in my Nikolai theory, that could be a way for Nikolai. It could have been Nikolai Retaliation because he was getting back at the world. It could have been a lot of different things for Retaliation, but they called it Resurrection, and I think I know why. Is because it was Richtofen's, rise to the top and his control of the zombies. So we have that theory right there. And so there's some other things that go into it. Now, there's a lot of theories about there possibly being 5 DLCs, and I think this would support that theory. Think about it. This was a map pack that they had, and then they decided to change it at the last second, and they decided to hold this off. That would explain why there could possibly be 5 DLCs. This is just a DLC that they've had made and waiting to, put out, and that's why we're going to get 5 DLCs. There's some theories about that. Some people say it's in the coding. It's a possibility, and I think that would support this theory. If they had a map pack just, hanging around, they could just throw it out. The other thing that supports this is the every other map pack theory, and I was telling you guys about this in my last video, and I wanted to touch on it and really explain to you guys, okay? So, the first, DLC on Black Ops 2 was called Revolution, and then the second one was called Uprising. Now, I don't know if you guys realize, but these two words right here are synonyms. And basically what they're doing is, they're doing if you guys don't know, like in movies or TV shows or whatever, it's called a story within a story. What they're doing is they're showing two different storylines. Well, it's the same storyline, but with two different groups of characters, and they're showing the same story, and the same thing is happening to both those characters, and it's parallel to each other. Like, first off, it was the new characters, and then the next time it was the one-time characters, Mob of the Dead, which was like backstory. It was a story within a story. Okay. Now, the third map pack, what was it called? Vengeance. Now, if you guys look up some synonyms to Vengeance, what pops up? Retaliation. So, and then if you look at the pattern of the characters and all that stuff, it goes new characters, one-time characters, now it goes back to the new characters, and when I say new characters, you guys know what I mean by Misty, Marlton, Russman, all those guys. Now, they're taking, this map pack has to be something different if they're going based off this theory that they've been going off, the story within a story. And I think it fits back because what it's going to be is it's going to bring back the old crew. They're going to get retaliation on Richtofen for what he did on Moon, and yeah, and it fits with the ION that they were the map pack name and all the stuff that they were going with the ION and all that stuff. That would fit, And if they're going off to every other and it has to be something new, who else could it be? I mean, this is a perfect time for the old crew. Everybody wants the old crew. If we don't get the old crew, a lot of people are going to be mad, right? Now, the only thing that kind of has got me a little bit worried about this is that, if you guys don't know, the people that are making this map pack are going to be the single player people. So it kind of tends and leads me to believe, maybe it might be DLC 5 if this was to be the case. If there was 5 DLCs, maybe they're going to do a map where they do the new characters one last time, and then they'll finish off with the old. I'm not too sure. It worries me a little bit about the old crew coming back if it's going to be the single player people making the map and all that stuff, because you really think that the zombie team would want to have an involvement in that, So that does kind of worry me, but it did look like a gun that kind of looked like the Thunder gun was coming back or something like that. So I don't know. It's definitely a possibility, though, and I really do think it makes a lot of sense for it to be Retaliation, bring the old crew back and have them retaliate at Richtofen for what he did. That'd be a perfect way to wrap up all the stories, the story within the story, wrap everything up, and get ready for Black Ops 3 or whatever, the next zombie video game is going to be, okay? So that's my theory, and it also fits in with, so, okay, if you guys were to do the names now. You know, we have F.E.A.R and then we have RUV. Now, if you throw in Retaliation, you throw in that R from Retaliation, it would be F.E.A.R RUVR. Now, if you look it up, now, this theory right here is a bit of a stretch, and I know a lot of people aren't going to believe it. And, you know, it's just maybe a possible Easter egg, just a thought that I had when I was looking into some stuff. But when you type in RUVR, it comes up as the voice of Russia. Now, you guys know, if you watched my last video, you guys know that T.E.D.D.Y has connections back to Russia. So what if it was maybe like F.E.A.R the voice of T.E.D.D.Y? And, you know, that's just like a little Easter egg within the Easter egg, you know, because, you know, maybe they decided to switch it up because everybody was catching on to the first letter of each map pack, so they had to switch it up in a way. And, you know, what other words can you spell with RUV? There's not really much that you could spell. So it kind of leads us at like a dead end. And even if there was to be 5 map packs, what could you spell with RUV with 2 more letters? There's really not nothing, you know, nothing you could really spell with that. So I kind of liked it if it is going to be F.E.A.R T.E.D.D.Y, and I really like the last map pack name to start with the R to be RUVR, like maybe F.E.A.R the voice of T.E.D.D.Y or something along those lines. So that's what I'm thinking, guys. And so yeah, the last video, like I said, I got a lot of feedback. It was either really good or it was really bad, and that's good. You know, a lot of us throw out these theories and stuff like that, but one thing I do want to touch on that before I do finish this video up is the F.E.A.R T.E.D.D.Y thing. Now, the people that are not a believer in it and are trying to debunk it, one of the main theories that I see that they're saying is they go, it's called Green Run, it's not called Transit, and that's not true. Green Run is the collection of the maps, and when you go to the leaderboard, it says Green Run, it says Resolution 1295, I believe. It says the Great Leap Forward. It says all that stuff. That's just the name of it for on the leaderboard. But when you go into the leaderboard, it's transit, it's town, it's farm, it's all that stuff. And basically the way I look at it is transit was the main map, and it had the Easter egg. It goes with the storyline. They wanted to throw some more survival maps out, so they chopped up some of the parts in transit and they threw it out for survival. And that's why, honestly, you know, I do think that it's going to be F.E.A.R T.E.D.D.Y, and if it was, it would make sense. But I know, you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion, and, you know, nobody really knows. All these videos we do are like theories and stuff like that, and usually 99.9% of the time most of us are wrong, and it's something totally different. But I honestly really do think that's going to be F.E.A.R T.E.D.D.Y. And so yeah, I'm just going to wrap this video up. If you're a new viewer and you enjoyed this video, if you could sub, I greatly appreciate that. All my subs, you guys could let me know what you guys think. I think I know if this was all to be true, what I've been lining up, it's going to lead up to what I think the map's going to be. That would be the next video. So if you guys could kill the like button again, you guys smashed it last time. If you guys could do that again, that's greatly appreciated. That's how these videos get seen. And if you guys have anything you want to let me know, the best place would be Twitter. You guys could let me know at Sir Piffington. That's with 2 N's. And more videos coming soon. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.